Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you are returning, you already know it. You are fabulous. All right, so today's video, we're going to be doing some more Valentines. This is Farmhouse Valentines, okay? All Farmhouse, like totally neutral colors. This is not the traditional Valentines. This video is going to be like shabby chic met rustic farmhouse. That it's just, oh my gosh, it turns out so good, y'all, for real. All right, I cannot wait for y'all to see this stuff, so let's get started. Hello. Okay, so I'm so excited to be with y'all today for these DIYs. They turned out amazing. All right, DIY number one. So for this one, I've got these grapevine hearts that came from the Dollar Tree, and then I've got this beautiful, look at this, y'all. Oh my gosh, look at that. Gorgeous burlap from burlapfabric.com. It is very well put together. It's hemmed on each side, so it's not going to fray or anything like that. This is gorgeous. Like, they were kind enough to send me a ton of stuff to work with, but this, in fact, is just, it's hands down good quality stuff from burlapfabric.com, and I will have a link in the description box for them. Now, I have also got this canvas here that I got from the Goodwill. I have got my plaster chalk paint, and then I have got this, I was going to show y'all the staple gun. I got this at Walmart. I just was going to see if it worked or not. So I thought, hey, first time I'm opening it, I'll just open it with them. Anyways, now I have got a couple different tools here, okay? I broke out the arsenal to try to get the staples out of this canvas, okay? Look at how many staples is in this dude, first of all. Can y'all see that? Oh, my goodness. First thing I did was take off the hardware that was on the back. Then I start in trying to get the staples. I got a screwdriver. I have pliers. I have needle nose pliers. I have a cutting knife. I have a box cutter. Then I go back in with the needle nose pliers. Then I'm going back in with the cutters. Y'all, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, needless to say, the staples are still in there. I just said, forget it. Okay. Like, it was awful trying to get them out. So moving on from that, we're going to take that canvas and use it as a backing for this, picture that we're making. Framed picture, I guess you would call it. I don't know really what you call it, but anyway, so we're going to use that as the backing for it. And it's really good, stiff, thick canvas, so it was perfect for this. All right, so I'm going in with this spray adhesive that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I soaked this dude down in this spray. Well, just like with the beginning, with the staples, this process was not easy. Let's just put it that way. But this was so worth it because this turns out so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I go to cut it, and I realize that as I'm cutting, like I'm just cutting the canvas off around it. You know, I've got it stuck, or so I think. And I've sprayed a ton of that adhesive on there, remember. Well, it just keeps coming up. Like, it will not stay down. It's not sticking to it. Showing you again there, it's the Dollar Tree. Well, look here, guys. Don't buy that stuff. It is nothing. It was like water, I guess, that I had sprayed out all over it because it never got sticky. It was not tacky. Nothing. It felt like there was nothing there after I had sprayed all that. It made the canvas wet, but it did nothing as far as sticking. So do not buy that from the Dollar Tree. It is not worth your money. Okay. Now, I took my, I showed you there my cotton candy. So I love cotton candy, y'all. I eat it constantly. And it comes from the Dollar Tree. That you could get it for $1 at the Dollar Tree. So I want to know what y'all snack on. That's like, what do you guys snack on while you're crafting? Is there something that you like? Sometimes I do cashews. I'll sit and eat cashews while I'm crafting. Anyways, so let me know in the comments what it is that you eat while you're just like hanging out doing your thing. Okay. All right. Now I went in with the heat tool and dried that canvas about the best I could. Then I go in with the Aleene's glue, and I just paint this thing all over. Because I knew that burlap was going to have something to help it stick, and I didn't want to do hot glue because I was afraid it would show through or bubble up, and this was just too pretty to mess up. You know what I mean? So the Aleene's glue was absolutely perfect. It stuck as soon as I laid it down there. I mean, it adhered to it instantly. It was absolutely the best idea. So definitely go with the Aleene's glue if you're gonna, use burlap or something heavy like that. I mean, I couldn't use a glue stick, for heaven's sakes. It's burlap. So I had to have something a little better. So that Aleene's glue, that's some good stuff. Our canvas is ready to go, so we are going to work on the frame. Now, I started out with a very heavy hand dry brushing this. I thought I was going to be able to just hit it a little bit, and it looked the way I was wanting it to, but it just didn't work out. So I end up going in with a much heavier hand, as you can see there, and actually painting the, majority of this frame. Now, once I get it like I want it, though, I'm going to end up taking the sanding block and sanding it back down very much so. Like, I want this super, super distressed. So you can see there, I left some places where I just didn't paint it hardly at all. I just kind of left it like that so that when I do go to use my sanding block, it's not going to be so much, So as you can see there, I've got the sanding block that came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to go all the way around this frame, hitting all the high spots, any kind of edge, anything that is sticking out, anything that will grab that sander. I'm hitting it with it. Then I'm just going to go over even the heavily painted areas because I want all of it to be distressed. Now, I'm looking for a very, very specific look for this project. Do y'all get like that? Like, you got something in your mind and you want it to come true so much. Like, that you can make that and you can see it, and it's just the getting there, right? But we're supposed to enjoy that. So, hey. Now, my canvas and my burlap are glued nicely together. I'm going to take them, pop them on the back of this frame. I just kind of eyeballed it as far as where the placement of the frame on the canvas itself. As you can see there, because I'm totally in the way, I just kind of eyeballed it and went with it. Flip it back over, and I'm going to add to the 150 staples that's already in this sucker. We're just going to staple away. So I actually stapled directly in the middle on one side, and then I pulled it tight and stapled again. I did each corner after that, just stapling it, and then I would pull super tight on the other side and staple. And this staple gun worked really good. It was really easy to put the staples in because that's something I have trouble with. I always have to have my boyfriend put the staples in anything because I just don't get it for some reason. All right, so it was simple. So the Walmart staple gun, a plus for it. Now, I'm going to take my rotary tool and just slice off the remaining canvas and burlap that's left. I just went right around the edges. It worked out perfectly. All right, so I'm going to take the grapevine hearts, and I had already kind of laid them out across the front and kind of measured it down to see how many hearts I wanted to use and how long I needed the twine to be, So I'm just laying it out on the mat, just kind of eyeing it. I'm going to hot glue it. I end up hot gluing it with it on the thing though, but this for some reason is in slow motion, and I tried to speed it up the best I could, so my apologies, but some of this is a little wonky looking. But I just literally glued these to the twine. That's all I did. I just added a little dab of hot glue to the very tips of those hearts where the arches are, and then you're just gonna very easily, and I made sure that it didn't drip on my fabric or anything. Now, I was making sure that I wasn't gluing to that lace or anything because I would have died if I'd have messed up that fabric. I wanted it to just hang freely in front of it. You know what I mean? So I'm just taking some of that twine, and I'm going to hold it tight, pull it tight, and staple it. We're just going to staple it off. I think I do 2 staples in each side just to be sure, And that's how I made the hook for it too. Now, I do decide to paint the back of this, and that's just to give it that polished look. let it be finished because I was so proud of the way that it turned out. Oh my gosh, look at this. All right, moving right along. DIY number 2. So for this one, we're going to be using these gorgeous roses from the Dollar Tree. Y'all, they are so stinking pretty. Like, for real, Dollar Tree, thank you. I've got one of the wooden hearts also from the Dollar Tree. And then I have got some contact paper that came from Walmart. I think it was like around $5 for the roll, but you'll see here in a little bit just how much it is. And then I have got this canvas that I bought at the Goodwill for like $2.99, I think. Now, I just wrapped this canvas up with the contact paper, kind of like wrapping a present. Like, I was making sure that I had just a little hanging over each side so I could tuck that around to the back. I knew it would probably stay on better if I, went ahead and used that extra little bit. Plus, I wanted the sides covered anyway. So that's how I did this. I just got it stuck good to one side and one section of it, smoothed it out. You pull and smooth and pull and smooth, and that's just kind of the way contact paper. And contact paper is forgiving. You can pick it up and remove it and whatever. I did add a couple staples just as an extra measure to make sure it stays on. Look how much extra there was left. Y'all, totally worth $5. Now, I took those roses and just trimmed those off right at the butt of the rose. I always save my greenery now. That is something I've always done. You can use it as filler. It comes in handy, trust me. So I just took all those roses and cut them all off right there at the edge, at the butt of the rose. Now, I took the wooden heart, made myself an outline. Now I'm just going to take the roses and literally fill in this heart. That is how simple this DIY was. Y'all, I had so much fun doing this. This was actually a really, really fun project to work on. It was super easy, and it was coming together like every little rose you put on, each one, the next one. Then you get the next one on, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's getting there, and it's so pretty. So this was really, really a fun project. And I debated on a ribbon or not, but I think it's stunning just like it is. Alrighty, DIY number 3. So for this one, I've got this small little vase here that I got from the Goodwill, $2.99, and I think it was actually half off of that. And then I have got this lantern. This thing it's pretty like it is. It's just definitely not my style. It's got diamonds on it, and I mean, don't get me wrong, every woman loves a diamond. Hello. But it's just not my farmhouse style. That's what I meant. So I'm taking the 2x Rust-Oleum flat white ultra matte spray paint, and I just gave them both a good coating of it. Then I have got twine from Walmart and burlap ribbon that I actually got from burlapfabric.com. I have got my greenery and then some little flowers and stuff from Walmart. These flowers here are sedum, I think. sedum, I think is how you say them. You can pronounce it for yourself though. And actually, this one you can definitely pronounce yourself, but it is gorgeous. Look at how pretty those are. They were like $1.47 for a bushel of that at Walmart. No joke. Maybe $2.47. Maybe it was $2.47. I don't know, but definitely less than $3, or I wouldn't have bought them. All right, now I'm going to take my Arteza paint pen and go right around the edge of this. Just give it that enamel wear look. Just really not trying to be perfect with it. Any of the little mess ups are actually a good thing when you're doing this, because then you can just fill it in a little more in that one particular spot, and you know, it looks more realistic. So definitely this was super simple to do. Do not be scared, because you're not going to mess it up. It's impossible to mess this up. Just go right around the edge. I also went around like the bottom edge and then the edge that was around the handle. And then I just went and kind of placed a few little like jagged marks here and there, just to, you know, give it that extra little something. Maybe it'd have a little pop to it. I think it turned out cute. I love any kind of vase like that looks like a picture. Like I'm so obsessed with those right now. I have all kinds of picture looking vases in my kitchen right now. So I'm taking the roses and I'm just going to trim those off. Pop those dudes down in this vase. So simple, y'all. So super simple. So cute. And it came from the Goodwill. I mean, you cannot beat that. Those roses had 2 roses on each thing, so it was really easy to put them in too, because you didn't really have to do anything, you know, as far as getting them adjusted just right. Now, I pull me off some twine, and I'm going to take that twine and unwind it. It's got 3, no, it actually is 4 ply. So it's got 4 different strands. So what I was doing was trying to get 2 of them apart so that then I could take those 2 apart. If that makes any sense. I wanted one small strand, real skinny strand, because what I'm want to make a bow, and I want it to be real, like if the finer or thinner of the twine that you use, the more hairy, fluffy, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but the more that bow is going to be a little more stringy looking. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And if you hear something in the background, I'm totally cooking right now, and I just about run it over. Potato soup, as a matter of fact, my grandmother's recipe. All right, so I take that bow, I just twist it around my fingers, tie a twine right through the middle of it, and we're just going to stick it in here with these roses. Now, I didn't want to glue it to the picture itself. So I thought, you know what? I could cut off a piece of greenery, like a stem of the greenery, which I realized that one was too short after I did it. But I could cut off a piece of this greenery, use the stem, hot glue that bow to that stem, and then be able to put it in there or pull it out at my own, you know, the way that however I pleased. So that's what I did. And why I'm using cutters for twine, I have no idea. But like I said, I just took that stem, glued it to it. Like I added my hot glue, put the stem down, and then added a little more hot glue over the back of it just to help it stay in place. And then that way you're able to just slide it right down in there. Now, when I get done with it, I can slide it out and put something else if I want to. So that one's done. Love it. It worked out perfect. This one here, so simple. Just shoved my greenery down in the bottom, that eucalyptus. I just literally bent the stem and slid it down in the bottom of there. I take that sedum and I have cut it off at the ends, off of the main stalk, and I'm just placing it in there, just wherever it looks nice. Super simple, guys. So simple. I love how all of this turns out. Now, one more thing to dress this lantern up, and we are done with this one. That's how easy this is. I'm taking this burlap ribbon that I got from burlapfabric.com. I have pulled it out, cut me off a strip as long as that, I thought I needed it to be. I'm not sure about the measurements on it. And I'm just going to tie a regular shoestring bow on this. Totally plain and simple. It looks more farmhouse. I love it. Absolutely love it. I did go back and kind of hit at the high points on that lantern and kind of distress it a little bit with some sandpaper. But this was so easy and it's so stinking cute. Look at how beautiful those flowers are. Oh my gosh, I can't get over those. All right, moving right along. DIY number 4, and one of my favorites. Okay, so I've got these plastic hearts that I got from the Dollar Tree. I've also got Waverly paint in the colors elephant, celery, cashew. I've also got some silver lining, and then I have some pink, just acrylic paint that came from the Dollar General store. Now, I'm going to take those hearts and just take my cutters and snip the plastic. It's like a little place where you can actually put string through it to make a holder. And I'm just snipping that off with my cutter. Super simple. No big deal. It just snips right off. Now, I'm going to take that cashew paint, add some of that, and then I'm going to actually add the pink to that. I wanted to tone down that pink. It was just way too serious pink for Farmhouse. So we're just going to add that to the cashew and see how it goes. And it ends up turning out really pretty. What I was kind of going for was kind of like the ballet slipper by Waverly, which I have not been able to find in any stores. So y'all let me know if you can find that. I haven't been able to get my hands on any, so I was just going to mix something up and see if I could get pretty close to it. And I feel like I did. That pink came from the Dollar General store. It's like $1 a bottle. So this was totally worth my $1. I end up using 2 of those pinks. Now, that chalk paint is pretty thick. So, of course it's gonna take more of the pink to do anything just because you're fighting against chalk paint. So obviously you're gonna need, a pretty good amount. So anyways, I just played with it until I got it the color that I wanted, because actually after I added that second bottle of pink, I ended up, when it dried, like when I painted something and it dried, it was a little too pink. So I actually end up adding a little more of the cashew. So it turns out good though. It is a very pretty color and it's pretty close to what I was going for. So we're going to take those plastic hearts and paint each one of them with the different colors of the Waverly paints. So I'm starting out with this first one with the cashew color, and I just paint the entire heart, just paint it all over, top to bottom. And we're going to paint each one of these that way. And I painted each one probably 3 times, like total, as far as being able to completely cover it and make it, like a solid color where you couldn't see any of the red anymore. So each one of them ended up getting about probably 3 coats. But this turns out so stinking cute. If you don't know yet, we're making the conversation hearts. And I just wanted 3 different, very neutral, very tamed down colors. You know what I mean? And I dropped that one. I actually dropped it and busted it. We're still going to use it because I wanted to have all of them. But the one side is a little wanky because I did drop it. But anyways, I just painted them. I would use my heat tool in between coats of paint. But like I said, about 3 coats and got them all good and painted. Now, I'm going to take this chalk marker that I got from Walmart, and we're just going to write the words onto our little hearts that you typically would see on the conversation hearts. So on one of them, I wrote kiss. On one of them, I wrote hugs. One of them, I did love, and I can't remember what the other one was. Kiss, love, hugs. Oh, gracious. We're going to have to watch this video together. It's in order to remember what the other one was. But anyways, kiss, love, hugs, and something. So I just took that marker and wrote it. And I tried to do it kind of in the, like the skinny font, I guess you'd say, like the Ray Dunn. I love Ray Dunn stuff. So definitely tried to get it close to that. XOXO. That's what it was. Oh my goodness, y'all. How did I forget that? Yeah, so we got kiss, love, XOXO, and then we have also got hugs. And I did go over those twice with that chalk marker, just so you could, see it pretty good. Because it was white, it wanted to kind of, blend in, but I just went over it twice, and it ends up perfect. These turned out so stinking cute, and they literally cost me $1. All right, so I'm calling this a bonus DIY because I did have this extra one, but y'all have seen this done similar to this a million times, okay? But I didn't want to leave it out just in case. So I took this picture that came from the Dollar Tree. I took the cardboard backing off of it, laid it over the top of one of the Dollar Tree's gift bags. Now, Dollar Tree is killing it on their gift bags, for real, y'all. I mean, they have got some of the cutest stuff. Like, between Christmas and now the Valentine stuff, I'm just like, oh my goodness, so stinking cute. So we're just going to cut that out. I'm going around it with my rotary tool, and it just pops right out. It turns out perfect. There you go. Now, I do not like the purple. That's the only thing that I needed to change was the purple, because we wanted to go with that pretty pink that we made. And like I told you, I did have to add some cashew back to it and a little bit of white just to tone it down a little bit. Because as you can see there, it almost looks like it darkened up. Like as it sat, it did darken up. So I wanted to go back and once again try to get it as close to the ballet slipper as possible. So try again, right? All right, now I just paint this entire frame. I'm going to give it 2 good coats. It's all it needed. Super simple. And you have got a super cute little piece of decor for your Valentine stuff, y'all. So I'm going to take that picture. I actually debated on whether or not to use the one that was like a yellowish color instead of the gold. But then I was like, no, you know what? We've got the shabby chic kind of going on. So I'm going to go with the gold, with the pink. I think it goes very well with this this little set of Valentine's decor that we've got going on here. So what I did was lay that cardboard backing down, and I just cut right along the edge there in order to get this perfectly framed out in order to fit inside that frame. And don't worry, that's a cardboard thing that stays over my table, and so I wasn't just cutting straight into my table. So I just put that in there. I'm going to slide my cardboard piece in, and that's it. So stinking simple, yet so cute. And this cost me $2. Oh my gosh, too stinking cute. And now for the final reveal. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed these because I absolutely had a blast making this set. I think it turned out fabulous. Okay, y'all, so that is it for today. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this video. I love the neutral colors and just the, oh my gosh, just that gorgeous farmhouse feel that all of this has. I think it turned out fantastic. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Leave some comments and always remember to subscribe. Definitely do that. Check me out over on thecoffeeshop.com where you can purchase all of the DIYs that you have seen today. And y'all have a blessed day.